Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about, the fact that Lala Kent is clapping back at Scheana yet again. This time the kids are being dragged into it. So before we jump into all of it, and it was a cube and a Q and a Q. And I was like, God, what goes on? I don't know. If you guys didn't catch Hot Messy Topics today, though, it was an hour and a half. It was such a good Hot Messy Topics. And we also dropped a members only live. So, well, it wasn't a live. It was a members only pre-record. So let me preface that. Sorry, guys. There's no live chat. So you guys can just partake in the, I guess, technically the comment section. Anyways, smash the like button, show some love. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and let's just jump right in. All right, guys, you're always asking me, which I think is the biggest compliment, but if you guys are new to the Addams family, welcome to Up and Adam Live. Thank you. You're always asking me about my skincare. I can't take the credit, you guys. It is thank you and thanks to my Blue Mean Face Pro 2.0. With the press of a button, I can change the settings, and it uses these little microcurrents. You can hear it. It sounds like a massage, and it feels so good. But it uses the microcurrents to lift, illuminate, rejuvenate your face, and take the inflammation out. So normally this guy is $300. If you click on my link in the description, also pinned in the comment section, you get it for $200 off. If it doesn't suit you and it doesn't reduce your double chin, if you have one, they will refund you 100%. So that is a company that I can absolutely get behind. So check out my link to my Blue Mean Face Pro 2.0. Now, with that, let's get into the shit, shall we? Starting here.
Lala knows why our friendship is in the state that it's in. And on that podcast, she did not take accountability. It was not about the book post or her saying that nothing she ever does will be good enough. It was not about that. It was that not one, but two of my closest friends repeated the Brock affair story to other people. One of those, it was repeated to Brittany. I know Brittany doesn't have bad intentions. I wanted to tell her myself. We didn't have a chance. That one, I'm like, I can get over that. Lala told Jenna Willis, who I have not been on good terms with since last season. So I guess over the months since the show wrapped last, September, leading up until February, Jenna had just been going in on me. And Lala, after I told her in February, like, hey, I thought as early as March, certain excerpts and things were going to be going out, and I didn't know the whole structure of it. So I wanted to tell her, obviously, before it was public. I told her in February. I found out a week before I left for book tour that she told Jenna around February.
Why?
She did it to humanize me because she said that she was going so hard on me that she wanted to tell her about what I was actually going through. Now, I understand the intent was not malicious. I get that. You wanted to explain something to someone. But this is someone I have had a friendship with for 15 years. This is someone who I think if you were like, yo, Jenna, I just found out something extremely devastating, extremely personal. Scheana has been going through something for the last couple of years. I know she's going to talk about it in her book. This isn't my place, but trust me, you got to give this girl some grace. She's really going through a tough time. I think that would have been sufficient instead of just
explaining everything,
telling her exactly, because then you know what Jenna did? Jenna told people.
Yeah.
And so Lala only told me this because I was having lunch with Zach that day and I was actually trying to make up with Jenna. And I was like, hey, actually tell Jenna to call me and maybe we can meet up after lunch or whatever. And then she had called me back a few minutes later, sobbing. I guess she mentioned to Jenna, I was seeing Zach, and Jenna goes, okay, well, I should probably tell you I told Zach, and I'm not sure who he told. And then now I'm not sure who else Jenna told. I kept this to myself for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I tell you, one of, I think, my best, closest, dearest friends, and you go and tell someone. Lala knows why our friendship is in this.
Okay. All right. And then hold on.
Okay, this isn't even the first incident. There had been 2 things prior to that where we were already rocky, and this just tipped me over. She called me at a time when my kid was in the car. Her kid was in the car, screaming and yelling at me, cussing over a play date being overheard. And it was just like, you couldn't give me some grace. You know, there's no malicious intent, especially when it comes to the kids. That aside, There was another incident with our mom friend group and me suggesting for the Valley this season, they asked, who's your friend group outside of the core group? And I'm like, oh my God, Lala and I have all of these amazing moms. They're dynamic, they're diverse, they're this, they're that. She got mad at me for giving the moms names to production because she said she likes these women and she doesn't want to go toes with them. I'm like, so you don't like me, you don't like Brittany, you don't like Janet, like you don't like Michelle, you're okay going toes with us? Like, that doesn't make sense. Your reasoning, I let it go. Then this, I was just like,
yeah.
It was especially painful for me because Lala knew the whole saga, the dark place that I was in mentally when I had a breach of trust when I first started writing this book. And it's like, finally, I was ready to open up to my close friends about this. And she did the same thing. This is not, a safe space for me. This is not a friendship I feel good in. And this has been a pattern of behavior for years, and I remember Ariana and I would talk about this before every reunion. Like, oh, are we ready for the Lala apology tour, season 5, season 6, season 7? It was like every year should treat me like shit and then come to the reunion and cry and apologize. And I would forgive her. And it was just like a rinse and repeat. And then it's just like, okay, well, with her, sweep it under the rug, get over it, move on, get over it, move on. I don't want to just get over things and move on now. I want to place boundaries and have a little more respect for myself and the circle that I'm keeping.
Yeah.
I want it to be people I trust. Okay, this isn't even the first incident. There had been 2 things prior to that where we were already rocky.
Okay. So what I'm going to share now, the next one is from, thank you to Breaking the Rules pod clips, but the next one is from Lala, who is addressing this whole thing about the children being involved. And she has a completely different story. What the f is actually happening? Oh, hold on. We're about to find out. Here we go.
Fucking insufferable. Is when she lied. She talks about a moment that we had that somewhat had to do with our kids. She claims I cussed her out in front of my kid. She wasn't in my car. I was annoyed that her lack of self-awareness now entered my child's world, So I tried to lift my kid's spirits by taking her to go get sushi. I parked the car. I got out of the car, and before I got Ocean out, I called Scheana and basically said, you pull that shit again, I'll fuck your whole world up. And then I think she said, fuck you, bitch. Then we hung up on each other. I got my kid out and we ate sushi. I did not cuss her out in front of my kid. Sounds like she cussed me out in front of her kid, though. Huh?
This is not getting any better. In fact, this is just getting more chaotic. So, of course, we're going to keep covering it and talking about it and watching it and seeing what the f actually happens. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also don't forget to check out my Blue Mean Face Road 2.0. And the link is in the description and also pinned in the comment section. Love you guys. We'll see you later. Bye.